Welcome to Always Remembered. I'm Mary. Today, we pause to remember and honor the extraordinary souls who left us, whose talent, passion, and dedication touched millions of hearts around the world. Join us as we celebrate their remarkable journey, and may their legacy continue to inspire generations to come. Alan Osmond, the eldest member of the Osmonds, passed away at the age of 76 after living for nearly 4 decades with multiple sclerosis. He first came into public view in the 1970s as a part of the family group that became a major force in popular music. While the group's fame reached millions, Alan was often seen as a steady presence behind it all, helping shape both the sound and the direction of their shared musical journey, living with strength and change. For much of his later life, Alan lived with a progressive illness that gradually changed how he moved through the world. Even so, he continued to adapt to each stage with patience and acceptance. Instead of focusing on what was lost, he focused on what could still be done. Over time, that shift in perspective became a defining part of his life, reflecting quiet resilience rather than resistance. A focus on family and giving back. Alan was deeply connected to the idea of family, both in his personal life and through the group that carried the Osmonds name. He valued contribution over attention and often found meaning in supporting others, rather than seeking the spotlight. Even when his role changed, he remained engaged in ways that reflected care, encouragement, and a steady sense of responsibility toward those around him. A legacy of perspective and purpose. Alan Osmond's life is remembered not only for his early musical success, but also for the way he navigated decades of challenge with steadiness and reflection. His journey highlights how identity can evolve over time, shaped by experience as much as achievement. He leaves behind a legacy grounded in family, perseverance, and a quiet reminder that purpose can continue to grow even through difficult circumstances. Buck Owens remains one of the most influential figures in country music history. Known for his distinctive sound and straightforward storytelling, he helped define the Bakersfield sound, a style that brought a sharper, more energetic edge to country music and stood apart from the polished Nashville production of his time. Hit songs and a lasting sound, Owens built a remarkable career with a series of major hits, including Act Naturally and I've Got a Tiger by the Tail. These songs weren't just successful on the charts, they became part of everyday listening for fans who connected with their honesty and simplicity. His music often focused on real-life experiences, delivered with a directness that made it feel personal and relatable. Working alongside the Buckaroos, he created a tight, energetic sound that helped modernize country music while keeping its storytelling roots intact. His influence can still be heard in many contemporary country artists who draw from that same blend of rhythm and realism, from music to television. Beyond his recording success, Owens also became a familiar face on television as co-host of Hee Haw. The show combined humor, skits, and country performances, and his presence added warmth and authenticity that audiences quickly embraced. A legacy that still resonates. Buck Owens' impact continues long after his passing. His music helped shape modern country, and his television work introduced him to even wider audiences. Today, his legacy lives on in the sound of country music and in the lasting connection he built with listeners who still appreciate his honest, unpretentious style. Dash Crofts, one half of the soft rock duo Seals and Crofts, has passed away at the age of 85. His work helped define a calmer, more reflective branch of 1970s rock music, offering listeners songs that felt intimate, melodic, and deeply human. His passing marks the end of a quiet but influential chapter in American popular music. Timeless songs and musical partnership. Alongside his musical partner Jim Seals, Crofts created a string of enduring classics that continue to resonate across generations. Songs such as Summer Breeze, Diamond Girl, and Get Closer became defining works of the soft rock era. Their music stood out for its gentle harmonies, thoughtful lyrics, and an atmosphere that felt both nostalgic and soothing. A sound built on calm and connection. Crofts was known for his warm vocal tone and his instrumental skill, particularly on guitar and mandolin. Rather than aiming for intensity or spectacle, his music often focused on stillness, reflection, and emotional balance. This approach helped create a distinctive sound that offered listeners a sense of calm in an increasingly fast-paced musical landscape. A lasting musical legacy. Beyond commercial success, Dash Crofts left behind a style that continues to influence soft rock and acoustic music today. His contributions with Seals and Crofts remain a lasting reminder of an era when music often aimed to comfort as much as it entertained. His legacy lives on through songs that still feel peaceful, familiar, and deeply personal to those who continue to listen. J. Michael Bishop was an American scientist whose work fundamentally changed the understanding of cancer biology. He died in San Francisco at the age of 90, following complications from pneumonia. Bishop is best known for his groundbreaking research into oncogenes, genes within normal cells that can become altered and contribute to the development of cancer. This discovery helped shift scientific thinking by showing that cancer can originate from the body's own genetic material, not only external causes. Nobel Prize and academic leadership. Alongside his colleague, Bishop's work earned the 1989 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, marking a major milestone in modern medical science. Beyond his research, he was deeply committed to education and served for many years at the University of California, San Francisco, UCSF. As UCSF's chancellor, he guided academic development, supported research initiatives, and mentored generations of scientists with a steady and thoughtful leadership style. Legacy in medicine. J. Michael Bishop is remembered as both a pioneering researcher and a dedicated educator. His discoveries continue to shape modern cancer research and treatment approaches, influencing how scientists study the genetic basis of disease. His legacy lives on through the ongoing impact of his work and the many researchers he helped inspire throughout his career. Patrick Mulun was an American actor who rose to prominence in the 1990s, becoming a familiar face on both television and film. Known for his striking screen presence and easy charm, he quickly built a reputation as one of the era's recognizable young actors. His early work helped establish him in the entertainment industry during a highly competitive time for television drama. Television, success and breakthrough roles. Mulun became widely known for his roles in popular series such as Melrose Place and Days of Our Lives, where he earned a loyal fan following. His performances on daytime and primetime television made him a standout figure of 90s pop culture. He later appeared in the cult sci-fi film Starship Troopers, which further expanded his audience and showcased his versatility beyond television drama. Later, career and continued work. Even after his early wave of fame, Mulun remained active in the entertainment industry, taking on a variety of film and production roles. At the time of his passing, he was involved in upcoming projects, including the action film Dirty Hands and another production he was set to executive produce titled Cockroach. His continued involvement reflected his long-standing commitment to filmmaking and storytelling. Passing and legacy. Patrick Mulun passed away at the age of 57 at his home in Los Angeles. His death marks the loss of a recognizable figure from a defining era of television and film. He is remembered for his work across both TV and movies, leaving behind a legacy tied to the golden age of 90s entertainment and the audiences who followed his career. For 3 decades, Wendy Williams became one of the most recognizable voices in American media by doing something surprisingly simple: saying what others avoided saying out loud. In an industry often shaped by caution and carefully managed images, she built her reputation on directness. Her presence on radio and later television wasn't defined by polish or restraint, but by a conversational honesty that made audiences feel like they were part of something unscripted and real. Millions tuned in not just for entertainment, but for perspective delivered without hesitation. At her peak, she was one of the most influential figures in daytime talk, with a nationally syndicated show, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and recognition in broadcasting history. Yet her story is not only about success, it is also about the personal cost of living loudly in public for so long. Over time, the same voice that built her empire would become the center of intense personal and legal challenges, turning her journey into one of the most complex narratives in modern entertainment. Early life and the making of a personality. Wendy Joan Williams was born in 1964 in Asbury Park, New Jersey, into a family that valued education and discipline. Her parents were educators, and the household emphasized structure, achievement, and responsibility. Her father made history as one of the first Black school administrators in his district, while her mother worked in special education. On the surface, it was a stable and accomplished environment, but Wendy often felt different within it. From a young age, she stood out physically and emotionally, and that sense of being too much or too visible shaped her early self-awareness. School life brought both opportunity and pressure, and she often navigated expectations that didn't quite fit her personality. While her siblings excelled academically in traditional ways, Wendy gravitated toward performance, expression, and attention. These early dynamics didn't define her negatively, but they did shape her instinct to speak boldly and take up space in environments where she might otherwise have been overlooked. Finding her voice in radio. Wendy's path into media began during her time at Northeastern University, where she studied communications and discovered college radio. That environment became the first place where her personality and professional ambition aligned naturally. Behind the microphone, she was not tentative or reserved. She was confident, quick, and engaging. After graduating in 1986, she entered the radio industry at a time when competition was intense and opportunities for outspoken women, especially Black women, were limited. Her early jobs took her from smaller stations to larger markets, including stops in the Caribbean and Washington, D.C., where she refined her style. Eventually, she landed in New York, the most competitive radio market in the country. There, she developed a signature approach, direct commentary on entertainment news, celebrity culture, and human behavior. Her ability to blend humor, gossip, and social observation helped her stand out in a crowded field and laid the foundation for her rise. Rise in New York radio culture. By the 1990s, Wendy Williams had become a major presence on New York radio, especially at Hot 97, where her personality became both her greatest strength and source of controversy. She spoke about celebrities in a way that felt unfiltered, often discussing topics others avoided or softened. This approach made her extremely popular with listeners who appreciated her honesty, but it also created tension within the industry. Radio at the time relied heavily on relationships with music labels and publicists, and Wendy's willingness to challenge those boundaries made her a disruptive figure. She conducted interviews that were memorable because they felt unpredictable and real, sometimes creating friction with high-profile guests. While her popularity grew, so did professional challenges, and she eventually parted ways with the station. Despite setbacks, she continued building her audience, proving that her appeal wasn't tied to one platform, but to her distinct voice and perspective on culture. Reinvention and return to national success. After leaving New York radio, Wendy spent time rebuilding her career in other markets, including Philadelphia, where she developed a strong local following. This period of transition was important because it reinforced her resilience and ability to adapt. Rather than fading from public attention, She refined her brand and expanded her audience base. By the early 2000s, she returned to national prominence with a syndicated radio show that brought her back to New York and expanded her reach across the country. The program allowed her to fully embrace her conversational style, blending entertainment commentary with listener interaction. Her audience connected with her consistency and openness, and her reputation as a bold media personality became firmly established. This stage of her career demonstrated that her influence was not a passing trend, but a sustained presence in American media, built through persistence and a deep understanding of audience engagement. Daytime television and cultural impact. Wendy Williams transitioned to television in 2008 with a daytime talk show that would become a defining part of her career. The format suited her strengths: direct conversation, celebrity discussion, and audience participation. The show quickly gained traction, eventually becoming nationally syndicated and attracting millions of viewers daily. Her personality, humorous, candid, and unpredictable, set her apart in a competitive daytime landscape. Catchphrases, audience interactions, and her signature delivery became part of popular culture. Over time, the show became a consistent presence in daytime television, running for more than a decade. It wasn't just entertainment, it became a cultural reference point for celebrity news and commentary. Her success in television solidified her position as a media figure who had successfully transitioned across platforms while maintaining her identity and voice. Personal life and private struggles. Behind her public success, Wendy Williams experienced significant personal challenges, particularly in her marriage and private life. She married Kevin Hunter in the late 1990s, and he later became deeply involved in her professional career as a manager and executive producer. Their relationship was both personal and business-driven, creating a complex dynamic that eventually faced strain over time. Wendy has also been open about struggling with substance-related issues earlier in her life, which she addressed publicly as part of her personal growth and recovery journey. These experiences shaped her perspective and influenced how she spoke about accountability, resilience, and honesty on her show. Over the years, her marriage faced increasing public attention due to reported tensions and eventual separation. Despite these difficulties, she continued working, often using her platform to discuss relationships and personal challenges in a way that resonated with viewers who had experienced similar struggles in their own lives. Health challenges and professional decline. In the later years of her show, Wendy Williams began facing noticeable health challenges that affected her ability to maintain her demanding schedule. She publicly addressed conditions such as thyroid-related illness and other complications that impacted her energy and physical well-being. These health issues led to breaks from her show and the introduction of guest hosts. While audiences remained supportive, it became increasingly clear that her ability to continue at the same pace was changing. Eventually, her long-running show concluded after more than a decade on air, marking the end of an era in daytime television. The conclusion of the program was not framed as a dramatic farewell, but rather as a gradual transition, shaped by health realities and changing circumstances. For many viewers, it signaled the end of a familiar daily ritual and the closing chapter of a major cultural presence in daytime media, legal oversight and public uncertainty. Following her departure from television, Wendy Williams became the subject of legal and financial oversight arrangements that drew public attention and debate. A court-appointed guardianship was established to manage aspects of her financial and personal affairs based on concerns raised about her capacity to manage certain responsibilities. Wendy and her representatives publicly challenged these arrangements, asserting her independence and desire to regain control of her life decisions. Around the same time, reports and medical evaluations discussed cognitive and neurological concerns, which were also part of ongoing public and legal discussions about her condition. The situation became complex, involving courts, medical professionals, and competing interpretations of her ability to function independently. Public opinion was divided, with some supporting protective oversight and others advocating strongly for her autonomy. The result was a prolonged legal and personal struggle that unfolded largely in public view. Legacy and ongoing story. Wendy Williams's legacy in media is defined by her influence on how entertainment and celebrity culture are discussed. She helped normalize a more direct, conversational style of media commentary that blurred the lines between journalism and entertainment. Her career, also, represents a broader story about visibility, control, and the costs of long-term public life. Despite personal and professional setbacks, she remains a recognizable figure whose influence continues to shape modern talk and commentary formats. In recent years, her situation has continued to evolve through legal and medical processes, with ongoing discussions about her health and independence. While much of her current life is private, her impact on media history is firmly established. Wendy Williams remains a figure associated with boldness, controversy, resilience, and transformation. Someone whose story is still being written, even after decades in the public eye.